E whaatalo whātu Amerika Samoa lau whaafonga e ala inisi o whapoponga o tala mai lau KVZK TV. O le tai ao na leila sa whaia se whaatalo tala noanga lau KVZK TV ma le komisino le matanga luenga le puipuinga lau tele. Le tau wha le to o ia ta anga sa i te molinga e tusa mamata upo whaanga solo le matanga luenga. Na avea fo i le ava noa na whaaleo aisa na whaalalo lalonga e tusa mase mata upu sa tula i mai vai tongi i le vai aso tea na o atuai malo le malo e tali se wala au i le aso pe tai ua whaate ia sasunga i leo leo i le tongi i le tangata o le maa malavea i se tase o leo leo na tau fia se tase o li ina masalo mia na na whaia le atulanga pe tai na maua mulimuliane e le o ia.
O le kulanga fo lenga ka o fia i se iskasio o whaangau i vai kongi whape wa se ka whinga leo o ngā maka upu leo. Ia e mo i lei au whaamaru lo koi pa i o le o whaangau ngā whia meisa o ainga. Ia o mawhoi o ngā maka i al kulanga o whaangau o ingo ngā lua ngā leo. A whai eisi au ala e sori al kula whonga whaki ngonga ngā lua. Leila le alo whia al kula whonga. Al kula whonga e leise ngā kai lunga ako o le kula whonga. Kula whonga mo ngā ka umalawa. Pere leo, ai asoli kula fo. Ia ele fa pela e fa yaku ya os komsinga ele kanga ia menga. O ka wanga o le ngaluenga ma kom fa yaku le. Ma kanga luenga. Ia o ngalu ai ka ku ngol ka ko ngu. Ai foi kai me fa le ko ngoi ka ku leo ma fa ki ngol luenga. Ia me langa le ma ka ko ia ma kanga luenga. Po kala fia ngai fa ki ngol leo la ko ku ke ngaluenga. Ia ma wala kula fo. Ale med fucking ngol ngalo lo pe ukan ngo ele al fier kula fongot fucking ngolo lo kai mingai wala wa ka o le lo longa ka pula la fo mo fa kongo o le chiva ngolo mkanga lo e kanga el fucking ngolo nga po kal fenga ma
Nunu ya solelei mai lau KVZK News. O le vai aso taluai na fono ai ta o le atu nuu le afionga le kovana sili a pula ali ini ko lau pula a fionga le sui kovana ya pulu matala ai junior sui au o le atunu il kone keresi le afionga au ifa atali au mo amata a fionga le perestenio le senate ya tua olo mana ya fruen fa pele a fionga le fufonga fetalai ya savali talavau ale o le afonotanga sa tala no ina ai mata upu e peo le avanoa watu ina i tangata anu o Amerika Samoa e faali ai fina ngalo tutonu le tolis fuluaso le mata upu e tau le elina ma le ave e seina o minerale taua mai lalo le sami e late Amerika Samoa. Sa te ena e taitai o le atunu u le atulanga ma toe wha manatu le tau fipo le moratorium sa sainia le afionga ya le manu pa le poisi ale ngā maunga le tausanga watea. E wha saina ai le elina o le taelo le sami o Amerika Samoa e kampani mai fafo se ia wanganapo kalama taua i awa onga. Sa whaalia foi sau noanga nei taitai ma fautu aina ai. Ia atangia le fina ngalo le lautele i so se whai unga e tusa ma lea mata upu. Nunu ya solelei mai lau KVZK News. O loo e tatonu le atunu usui mai le Western Pacific Regional Fishery Management Council i se whaatasinga u fofoina ma le au whaiwhaiwa o le atunuu. O le a mawai le avanoa e whaaleo ai fina ngalo, manisi o atu ngalunga, a o whaafafonga nei sui mataitai o le nei whaala potopotonga. O mataupo le nei whaatasinga i aile tele o vaenga e tatau na whaaleleina, mo le saunga le mua o whaatinuina a latau ngā luenga. O le aso whareile, i le lima i le afiafi o le vai aso nei, ua fofoina i le whanutanga i le diwa i tāfuna, a i latau mai le moto manua o lo o au mau i tutuila nei. O ala fanga o ofu maolo senga e whaia la lata o whanatanga i le aso luasifuru lima o Iuni i le tau le tasi le awauli e o atu le tolu i le awauli e whaia lea i le EOB i ofu o na soai lea i le aso luasifuru ono le whanatanga ta uho i le maota o le malo i whale asao. A o le aso luasifuru fitu i le tūlai lima i le afiafi se i ngata le fitu i le afiafi o le a whaia i le fono ale au whai watu tuila maunu i le portofono ale diwa i tāfuna. O na whaasolo atu lea i le aso luasifulu walu ma le aso tolu sefulu o le masina le nei la tau whanatanga ma le komiti whauwhautua ale American Samoa Regional Ecosystem. Nuni aso le lei mai lau KVZK News. O le vaiaso na tea sa whaia se whaatasinga il whale tali malo trade winds sa mātua malo o whaamanuina i skolsipi al McDonald's sa whailoa le sunga le tamaita i pule o lea company tele ia Dolores tautolunga leai alo le atu nuu o whaamanuina i skolsipi o le ni tausanga. E tai luas furu afe ta la o maua e alo e to wha o lo skolsipi kolisi al malo tele o le leifu iawa o taliaina le University of Hawaii i Oahu, Helena Willis i le University of Hawaii Manoa, Harmony Leo i le University Walla Walla, ma le Tamaitai Divinity Savusa i le University of Arizona. E to atolu alo wala tau maua skolasipi e tai valu afe ta la e a o ngai le kolisi tu whaatasi Amerika Samoa. O i lato nei, o Lama Petelo, El Shaddai Siosi, ma Blessing le malu, o si tiele fwai numera skolasipi le ne tausanga, tanu ai le whaamanatuino le varus fu tausanga o le sunga ia anga o le atu Charlie Tautolo, o lata i le luas fu tausanga o lea tautua le McDonald's i le atu nuu, e ala ia lato skolasipi mo alo mawhanau o Amerika Samoa. Nunu yaso le lei mai lau KVZK News. O tātou tala mai Samoa, o loo tāo fia se tasi o tamaitai Samoa i Israelu, o nau tūlanga i le vevesia inga o loo iai nei le vā o lea atu nuu ma Irani, sa fuafua le toi fai mai o le tamaitai a Paulino fale vā ai, ina ua mai a o onga whaapitua sa whenga iai Israelu mo le sefulu masina, sa to e se ai le atu nuu o no le ao oina, i mata upu tau whaafatoanga. O le aso tonu sa tatau na toi taliu mai ai le atu nuu, le asa o so whai ai e po mua Israelu le atu nuu o Irani. Sa ia ta ua i le Samoa Observer langona sa o ia te ia. Whapea ngai o inga sa whai le teimi sa tula mai ai lea whaalavelave. O lo onga lue i le Scientific Research Organization Samoa lea tamaitai. O lo whapea fōi o na tau mawhai le malo Solomona. E fsoaswani nisi o na tangata anu, sa whaatasi atu Israelu e a o ngal polokalame o lo malanga ai le tamaitai ia Paulino whaalewai. Nunu yaso le lei mai lau KVZK News. Mawa tātou tala muli muli mo le nei e fiafi, o le vaiaso le nei o vaai ai le alu i lunga le fwai numera o tangata wa a fia le wha mai o dengue fever, i to tono le atunu o tonga, lea wai ai nei le balu se lau fitu iwa tangata mamai lea ngase ngase, o le telo i la tau nei o lo o lala i tonga tapu, wha apea nisi o no foanga i to tono le atunu. O le masino Februari o le tausanga le nei sa tu ina mai ai i fafo, se polo a inga e whaai loa ai le solo o le nei wha mai i to tono le atunu. O lo ngā lulue matanga luenga o atu moto le Pasifika i awala e whaai titi ai le sasao o le denki i to tono o la tau atunu. Ia maa o tātou tala na Amerika Samoa le nei e fiafi, whaafitai tele lo whaatasi mai, tō wha seifua.
Talofa, this is your evening news on KVZK TV. Leading the news tonight, the Commissioner of Public Safety has issued a public apology to a young man wrongfully detained in Waitongi. In an interview with KVZK TV, Ta'anga Sa'ite Molinga explained that an officer mistakenly suspected the young man of being responsible for throwing stones at a police vehicle which had injured an officer on duty while responding to a call in Waitongi. After being determined that the young man was not the correct suspect, he was released from police custody.
Incidents that occur, I know on behalf of the department and the police officer, I would like to apologize to the family of the individual that was involved. I know the police officer only trying to do their job, but it takes two sides in order to come up with the truth about that.
The commissioner assured the public that upon the completion of the internal affairs investigation, it will be clear whether the actions taken by the involved police officers were indeed unnecessary. If any misconduct is identified, appropriate accountability measures will be enforced to ensure that justice is served and the integrity of the Department of Public Safety is upheld.
And to have an effective arrest or something like whenever we respond to a call or something like that, we really would like to have the necessary manpower. But on the incidents in Waitongi, it appears that the social people looking at the social media were under the assumption that the police were overbearing the individual and stuff like that. But in that case, I have already received the reports from the incidents in Waitongi, and I also ordered our staff to conduct a probe into that, whether the actions by the police are necessary and all that. But preliminary information that I have, according to the videos from the source, that justifies some of the police actions. I'm not saying that what the police officer did was right or wrong. Like I said, nobody's above the law. After the probe and the inquiries into the action by the police is completed, I'll be able to say something else. But even if, like I said, the police do their jobs accordingly to the law and follow whatever the law says. But out there in the social media and stuff, I have no control over that. People have their own opinions, but my job is to find out the facts and the truth about what happened.
Joyeta Whengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. Government leaders are standing firm in their collective opposition to seabed mining in the waters surrounding American Samoa, emphasizing the need to protect the territory's environmental integrity. In a press statement, the government revealed that on Friday, key officials of the American Samoa government met to address crucial matters impacting the local community and natural resources. One of the primary topics discussed was the upcoming 30-day comment period designated for public feedback on the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, or BOEM's, proposal for commercial leasing related to deep-sea mining within American Samoa's exclusive economic zone. This area extends 200 nautical miles from the territory's coastline, is rich in biodiversity, and holds immense cultural and economic significance for the local population. According to the statement, the meeting featured prominent leaders, including Governor Pulali'i Nikolaupula, Lieutenant Governor Pula Matala Jr., Congresswoman Uifatali Aumu'amata, Senate President Tua'olo Manai Fruen, and Speaker of the House Savali Talabo Ale. During their discussions, the leaders voiced a unified stance against the proposed commercial leasing, reflecting public sentiments and the vital importance of safeguarding American Samoa's natural resources from potential exploitation. It is important to note that the moratorium on seabed mining, established under Executive Order 006-24 by the American Samoa government, remains in force and has not been lifted. The administration has emphasized the necessity of environmental stewardship, highlighting the importance of public trust and the community's long-term well-being in all deliberations regarding potential seabed activities. All participants agreed that any future initiatives must genuinely represent the interests and concerns of the people of American Samoa. As reported earlier, the U.S. Interior Department this past week published a request for information and interest to explore the potential for seabed mineral leasing offshore of the territory. The department said in a statement that this step will launch a 30-day public comment period and initiate formal action toward what could be the first mineral lease sale in federal waters in over 30 years, delivering on President Donald Trump's bold agenda to restore American energy and mineral independence. This move builds on the department's May 2025 action to evaluate new opportunities for critical mineral development as directed by President Trump's executive order on unleashing America's offshore critical minerals and resources. This is what American leadership looks like, said Secretary of Interior Doug Burgum. Burgum added that while other nations are racing to dominate critical mineral production, President Trump ensures the United States leads from the front. They are taking action to put America first, unlock the vast offshore and mineral resources, and end the dangerous dependence on foreign supply chains. The department oversees 3.2 billion acres of the outer continental shelf, larger than the entire U.S. landmass. The Trump administration prioritizes common sense reforms that unleash these resources while respecting communities, strengthening national security, and creating high-paying American jobs. The comment period ends the 16th of July 2025, and submission details are available at www.boem.gov/American Samoa. Any future lease sale will be subject to robust environmental review under the National Environmental Policy Act and will comply with all applicable laws, including the Endangered Species Act and National Historic Preservation Act. Joyeta Whengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. In other news, the Western Pacific Regional Fishery Management Council is visiting the territory to hear directly from local fishermen about changes in local waters and the challenges they face. This initiative aims to strengthen partnerships and support future of fishing in the territory. The key discussion topics will include shark depredation, fish spawning seasonal changes, juvenile fish abundance, barriers to fishing livelihoods, access and harbor issues, market challenges, and the executive order on the review of marine national monuments, including Rose Atoll. For Manua residents in Tutuila, the meeting will be held this Friday, the 27th of June, at 5 p.m. in the Department of Youth and Women's Affairs Conference Room. For Ofu and Olosenga, June 25th at 1 p.m. at the Executive Office Building in Ofu. For Ta'u Island, on the 26th of June, 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Government Building in Faleasau. And for Tutuila and Onu'u, the 27th of June at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Diua Conference Room. Additional meetings for the Council Advisors and the American Samoa Regional Ecosystem Advisory Committee will be held on the 28th of June and the 30th. Key agenda items will include fishery issues and the impacts of climate change. Public comments on Executive Order 14276 can be made at these meetings or submitted to the Council office at info@wpcouncil.org by the 15th of July. Your opinion matters as they discuss the potential reduction of the Rose Atoll Marine National Monuments boundaries. While commercial fishing is prohibited, subsistence and recreational fishing are allowed under specific regulations. Joyeta Whengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. McDonald's American Samoa recently presented scholarships valued at over $100,000 to 7 students, 4 of whom are American Samoa Community College graduates, and 3 high school graduates to support their pursuits of higher education. The scholarships were awarded during a luncheon hosted by McDonald's last week Wednesday at Tradewinds Hotel for the 7 recipients and their parents. Dolores Tautolongaleai, Chief Executive Officer of McDonald's American Samoa and Samoa, led the presentation ceremony. She announced that this year, in honor of Chairman and founder Angaleatu Charlie Tautolo's 80th birthday, the company increased the number of scholarships offered. Instead of the usual 2 off-island and 2 local scholarships, they provided 4 off-island and 3 local. Since launching the scholarship program in 2006, McDonald's has awarded $1 million in scholarships, helping young people further their education and achieve higher academic qualifications. The 4 off-island scholarships of $20,000 each, $10,000 per year for 2 years, were awarded to Lele Fuiava, who will attend the University of Hawaii at West Oahu, majoring in applied science. Helena Willis, attending the University of Hawaii at Manoa, majoring in English and political science. Harmony Leo, who will study business administration and accounting at Walla Walla University. Divinity Savusa, who will major in law and communication at the University of Arizona. The recipients of 3 local scholarships of $8,000 each, $4,000 per year for 2 years, to attend the American Samoan Community College are Lama Petelo, a graduate of Manua High School who will major in nursing, Al Shaddai Siosi of Manumalo Academy who will study pre-law and civil engineering, and Blessing Lemalu, a graduate of Whangatua High School who will major in business. Joya Tawhengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. In news from Apia, a Samoan woman is among those stranded in Israel after completing her training. Paulino Faleva'ai, 25, from Tufi'opa village, was scheduled to fly home last week Wednesday, but her flight was canceled due to the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran. Faleva'ai has completed a 10-month training program in Israel focused on aquaculture research and innovation. Faleva'ai told the Samoa Observer the situation is scary, and she's still praying for the Lord's protection while she's there. She noted that during the first 3 nights, they sought refuge in a bomb shelter and have been trying to stay calm despite the challenges. She hopes to return to Samoa next week once the airport reopens. Joya Tawhengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. And finally, in news from the Pacific, as of Monday, Tonga has reported an additional 6 confirmed cases of dengue fever, bringing the total to 879. The majority of these cases are concentrated on the main island of Tongatapu, which has faced the brunt of the outbreak. Among the affected individuals, 1 patient remains in stable condition and is currently receiving treatment at the hospital. The dengue outbreak, officially declared in February, has seen a concerning rise in infections, with several cases directly linked to the virus. Health officials are closely monitoring the situation, implementing preventative measures and urging the public to take precautions against mosquito bites to mitigate the further spread of the disease. That's your evening news. Thank you for joining us. Good night.